You have an acronym for building rapport, right? What is that? What's your acronym? You broke it down the other day on the call.
Yeah.
4 R's or...
Yeah, it's, I have it written down. It's form. There it is, it's form. Family, occupation, recreation, motivation.
That's gold. That's gold.
Family, occupation, recreation, motivation.
Let's go over some acquisition strategies, right? Let's touch on, to start out with, let's talk about seller psychology. Mm-hmm. What is your strategy or your approach in building instant rapport with the sellers when you first have them on the phone, or in this case, when your sales team has them on the phone?
Right. First thing, you want to make sure your intro is right, because the first 10 seconds are everything. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ben, my name's Eric. I'm acquisition agent for Cash Homes. Information was sent to me by John, our caller. How are you doing today? Right? Start with the introduction, right? And then once you introduce, you just let them know how it costs. Hey, I just got a few questions to ask you, just reconfirm so we can make sure we get you the most amount of money for your property. Right? So I'm already setting that. I'm setting the expectation, I'm setting the field up to play, right? And then I'm asking them those questions, all the questions we have. We have like a script of questions which we ask them. And in between those questions, there's places for you to build rapport, right? So for example, it could be a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, right? And he might have used to live in there. I say, hey, Ben, did you used to live in the property? Right? He said, yeah. Hey, sounds like you got a big family. How big's your family? Right? Because it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. You got to assume he has a big family.
Right.
Dog. So right off that, there's certain things in that conversation that you can build rapport off. Like you talk about your kids. He might have a dog. You can talk about your dog. You find places in your script to build rapport, so the seller will like you more, because people only do business with people they like.
Right.
Right.
So you're grabbing little nuggets, right? Little nuggets out of the conversation that you're storing up here and waiting for the opportune time to drop that in.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so introduction, you're trying to get to know this person to the best that you can.
Exactly.
Going through your script and your process, but you're pulling out those gems that you can use, right, to build rapport.
Exactly.
And like you said, people do business with people that they trust.
They trust and they like.
And they trust people that are similar and like them, right? Mm-hmm. So how do you mirror their personality? How do you mirror their tonality, right?
Right. Exactly. So with us, we like to find some sort of commonality, right? Maybe it's a place where they live. Maybe they used to play sports. Maybe it's their kids. Maybe it's where they work, right? We try and find some sort of commonality within that conversation. So we're always reaching for stuff. We're always asking questions. Hey, where do you work? If you don't mind me asking, what do you do for work? Right? He might say, hey, I work in this, like we do with Marketing to Virginia, and I work in this shipyard. Oh, that's funny. My dad used to work in this shipyard. Or if they're past military, oh, I'm a military brat. What branch were you?
Yeah.
And then try and guess, right? Hey, were you Navy? Yep, I can tell. You can see the commonality. Like, hey, I'm a military brat. I can tell that you were past Navy, because I'm a military brat in the way that you're talking. Right, so right there, we're vibing.
Yeah. You
were Navy, my dad was Navy, my dad was actually Air Force, but we're vibing. We're finding that common ground, right? And then I train them also to mimic like their rate of speech. So if I have an older person, right, and they're talking slow like this and they're talking calm like this, you shouldn't be talking fast like this and trying to
intimidate them, right?
Yeah, intimidate, right? You want to mirror them. You want to talk slow. You want to take your time. Maybe a lighter tone, so you can make them feel comfortable. So we're doing that. We're mirroring them. Just a lot of other. I can go on for days about this. Seller psychology, mirroring, rate of speech, tonality, certain trigger words form. Using whatever their lingo that they some of their slang or whatever. So if someone says, you know what I mean, I'm going to say, hey, I can't do this, and this, you know what I mean? So I'm mirroring them, right? Things like that. It's just a bunch of other stuff, man. I've been doing this for years. So.
You have an acronym for building rapport, right? What is that? What's your acronym? You broke it down the other day on the call.
Yeah.
4 R's or...
Yeah, it's... I have it written down. It's form. There it is. It's form. Family, occupation, recreation, motivation.
That's gold. That's gold.
Family, occupation, recreation, motivation. So you want to know all 4 of those things throughout your phone call. That way you can build rapport, and you also know what motivates them, so you know how to structure your offer, right?
Yeah.
So hey, they could be wanting to move closer to family that's in another state, but this property is holding back. So when you structure that call right, and especially they live in that house, hey Ben, I know you want to move closer to your family. I know it's just you. Hey, what if I paid movers for you, and we took care of your whole move, and we took this property off your hands? We did it at this price. Would this work for you? So now I'm not just becoming a person that can buy your house.
Yeah.
I'm becoming a problem solver.
Yep. Service first mentality.
I'm a service, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm helping you achieve your goal. And that's where you set yourself apart from a lot of people. You become a problem solver.
That's golden. That's golden, bro. So let's talk about the best advice that you will give a new wholesaler stepping into a negotiations, if that's even a freaking word,
Yeah.
negotiation scenario.
Right.
What's the best piece of advice that you could give somebody new in this industry that's starting out?
Seek to understand before being understood.
Boom. I love that. That's one of the 7 habits of highly effective people, bro.
Right.
James Covey.
Exactly.
Or Stephen Covey.
Great book. Should read it. And be empathetic toward people, man. Have a genuine interest in people, right? So whenever somebody's telling me about their house or the problem they have that they need solving, right? I'm thinking like, okay, if I was this person, this is how I would feel. What can I do to help this person out? Right? What solution can I come up with? So I'm really trying to get behind Ben's lens, right? From your point of view, and figure out, okay, how is Ben looking at things? Okay. If I can look at things how Ben looking at things, I can try and figure out a way to solve his problem.
How does he feel?
How does he feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to make sure we understand that person. And then also you want to feel for that person. You want to be empathetic. So if they're going through some things, hey, I feel for you.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe someone that passed away and they need to sell the house. Right. We're going to connect. I'm going to talk about something, maybe a friend or a family that may have passed away that affected me as well. So now we're connecting. Right. I want to build some sort of connection with you.
Yeah.
So you know that I'm just not an average Joe just trying to buy your house. Right. I want you to be able to connect with me and trust me to give you the best option, even if it's not with me. Right. That's the kind of connection and that's what we make. That's what we make sure that we tell them, hey, Ben, even if I can't help you out, I'm going to still try and find you the best option for you.
Yeah.
That's just the type of thing that we do around here.
That's really good. Yeah. Getting in their shoes, right? Trying to how do they think? What do they need?
Right.
And approaching it as a problem solver,
Exactly.
right? Because we're not just here to close deals, but we're here to be a closing, surgical with closing, right?
Solutions. We provide solutions. You
Yeah.
provide that. If you providing that solution to a major problem I have, there's no reason why that you wouldn't go with me. Right. So I'm trying to find the solution to help them with all this. Maybe they want to take a vacation. Right. Maybe it's not all about them. Maybe they want to take a vacation. So I'm going to surround my offer. Hey, if I buy you these Delta tickets to let's say Barbados for 3 days with your wife, because I know you said you want to travel, but I can only do it at this price. Would this work for you? Right? And I did offers like that before.
Wow.
Right? I get really creative with my offers and how to solve their problem. One of the last deals that we did in, I think it was October, we paid for this whole lady's move.
Yep.
We paid for her whole move.
I feel like there's two different closing styles, right? You have the service first mentality, right? Someone truly coming from a place of service, trying to understand the seller's pain point, and then intricating their offer around that, right? And then you got what I'll call like the hardcore closer that's like straight to the point, kind of more like the Keith Everett style close where he's very direct, right? Of course, there's a little bit of like empathy and service-based understanding in it, but he's more like to the point. If we're not a good fit, let's get off the call so I can get on with some other.
You see where the magic happens though? It's in between.
Yeah.
You learn how to do all those things in between. You kill it, man.
Yeah.